ABC Big 2 News.
Developing now at 10, the search for a gunman after a Houston deputy constable was shot and killed during a traffic stop. The ambush happened early this morning. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Martinez.
And I'm Rob Tuke. Investigators say the shooter is still on the run tonight. Corporal Charles Galloway was shot multiple times while still seated in his patrol car. Tonight, the Houston police chief says the 47-year-old deputy constable had no time to defend himself. The shooting happened just before 1 this morning in southwest Houston when the driver Galloway stopped, got out of his car and opened fire without warning. Investigators say he used an assault-type weapon.
Although there is no such thing as a routine traffic stop, it was one of these situations to where Corporal Galloway did not have an opportunity to respond or even defend himself with this brutal attack.
It is the most violent individuals. And until we come together in this region, all over our nation, and understand that violent people, it's a darn place for them, and that's jail.
Galloway is a 12-and-a-half-year veteran on the force and was also a field training officer. He is survived by a daughter, his sister, and all of the officers who he mentored and trained. Meantime, the gunman is still on the run tonight and remains the subject of a statewide search. Also developing tonight, the ambush of 2 police officers in New York City. One officer has died and another is critically wounded after they responded to a domestic dispute call.
It's just part of the violent scene since the New York mayor took office, and now he's asking for help. ABC's Phil Lipoff shows us why.
A call for federal help from the nation's largest city.
We're doing our job in NYPD. How do we stop this if the federal government does not stop the flow of guns in this city?
Mayor Eric Adams likening the escalating gun violence to another crisis in his city.
We need to collaborate with city, state, and federal entities the way we did during 9/11 to fight terrorism. We have to fight the crimes on our street.
That plea coming just a day after the NYPD lost one of its own. Police say 3 officers responded to a domestic violence call in Harlem when 47-year-old LaShawn McNeil, who had been fighting with his mom, refused to come out of a back room. NYPD officer Jason Rivera approached. Police say McNeil opened fire. Rivera, just 22 years old, was killed. His partner, 27-year-old Wilbert Mora, shot in the back of the head and remains in critical condition.
Let me get a bus here, ASAP.
The third officer, also a rookie, returned fire, hitting McNeil, who's now hospitalized. Officers say they recovered the gun that they believe McNeil used to shoot at them. This Glock with a high-capacity magazine that could hold up to 40 rounds. The gun allegedly stolen from Baltimore in 2017.
That particular gun, there's no other reason why he has one than to commit a crime.
According to police sources, McNeil is believed to have behavioral problems and posted anti-government and anti-police material on social media. Rivera and Mora are the 4th and 5th officers in New York City shot in the line of duty in the first 3 weeks of the year, according to police. In an essay given to his commander in 2020 called Why I Became a Police Officer, Rivera wrote, "I know that something as small as helping a tourist with directions or helping a couple resolve an issue will put a smile on someone's face."
That was Phil Lipoff reporting. To stay up to date for more developing news and other top stories, just head to your website, ourbasin.com. Now, time for a check on our weather with Bridget Sarpong.
Now, your Big 2 forecast first.
Well, friends, happy Sunday. The weekend came and it went, but before it left us, it brought us some really good temperatures. Today, West Texans were able to enjoy 51-degree temperatures. Usually around this time in January, West Texans are definitely used to 59-degree temperatures. So today, just 8 degrees cooler than normal, but not as cool, or some would say not as warm as how we were back in 1943 when we were sitting at a nice and steamy 82 degrees. I'll have more of this new week's forecast later on the show. Back over to you guys.
Thank you, Bridget. Taking a live look now from our Odessa Skycam tonight as temperatures drop. There's one thing pet owners are being urged to remember. Bring your pets inside. People in the basin are worried about the impact of cold weather this year.
Pets are being left outside is a big danger. A Midland Adoption Center is sharing some tips tonight on how to keep your pets warm.
If it's too cold for you to sit outside without a sweater, it's too cold for them to be outside, because even though a lot of them have hair, it's just like a t-shirt and pants with us. They don't hold in a lot of heat.
It gets colder as the days go by. Humans are not the only ones who are getting cold. Animals are suffering too. The February freeze in 2022 had a deadly toll on animals and people's lives because of the low temperatures. This year, pet owners in the basin want to be more prepared for that tragedy not to happen again. Lone Star Sanctuary for Animals in Midland says they prepare their pets for this cold weather when they are outside.
Some of them get multiple blankets. They all have igloos, the big dogs. Our little dogs have Blue Haul, which is an inside-outside kennel, and they get crates with blankets, and we put blankets over those. The dogs who will wear sweaters get sweaters.
Lone Star Sanctuary for Animals says as soon as you notice your pet getting sick, take them to the vet for expert advice. But some pet owners in the basin are concerned other people are not taking care of their pets.
Keep your pets nice and warm, and definitely don't let them be cold, because it is cold out there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should leave their dogs outside. It's a terrible thing, you know, especially if they're the human's best friend. So if anything, you know, think about them as your child.
Tonight, we're following a wildfire in California. Flames broke out in the mountains of Big Sur, forcing hundreds of evacuations. The fire started Friday night in Steep Canyon. Strong winds are fueling the fire tonight. Parts of Highway 1 are closed. It's a popular and scenic highway along the coast that has faced closures from other weather events like mudslides.
Now to a bizarre story tonight, south of Florida. A Miami judge issued an arrest warrant not for a person, but for an entire cruise ship. Get this, the ultra-luxury cruise line Crystal Cruises is reportedly in a state of chaos after millions of dollars of unpaid fuel bills. The warrant gives authorities the right to seize the ship if it enters U.S. waters. Now, the ship ended up going to the Bahamas because of that. Passengers tell our sister station in Florida they were forced to leave the ship and were left confused over the entire debacle. Now, Americans tonight are being warned, do not travel to Ukraine. The State Department issued that warning just a few hours ago.
American citizens and diplomats are being told to leave Ukraine. As ABC's Patrick Relief reports, and it comes after Russian military threatens action.
Tonight, the State Department is now ordering diplomats' families to leave its embassy in Ukraine. Non-emergency staff will now be permitted to leave, a step that suggests the US believes the risk of a major Russian attack may be getting worse. It comes as Russia continues to mass troops around Ukraine, over 100,000 estimated to be near the border. The Kremlin moving trainloads of tanks and artillery into neighboring Belarus, saying it's for a huge joint exercise. Moscow and Belarus both denying they plan to attack Ukraine, but the build-up certainly designed to intimidate.
We don't know right now whether this is an elaborate bluff or Putin is truly serious about invading Ukraine.
President Biden meeting with his national security team at Camp David Saturday to discuss the situation. Last week's talks in Geneva giving some hope Russia will continue diplomacy for now.
The most important thing that President Biden has been doing is to deter Putin from invading Ukraine. He has pulled together our NATO allies.
But the British government now claiming to have intelligence Russia is plotting to install a pro-Russian leader in Ukraine. The UK naming several former Ukrainian politicians allegedly recruited for the scheme, but providing scant evidence to back it up. Russia dismissing it as provocative nonsense. The US is hurrying more military assistance to Ukraine, a 90-ton shipment arriving this weekend, including ammunition and anti-tank missiles. The hope diplomacy and deterrence might still work.
Here on the ground in Kiev, the situation is very calm, and a US official has told us that the Ukrainian government is unhappy with the message that these evacuations send. In general, they are much more skeptical that a Russian invasion is likely to happen. Patrick Reevell, ABC News, Kiev.
The weekend has come to a close, but the sun did come out to play today. Will the sun set the tone for this week's warm temperatures? I'll have the answer after the break.
There were plenty of dramatic action in the NFL today. We will have postseason highlights coming up.
And coming up after this break, for the first time, we're seeing through the eyes of first responders the violent aftermath of a car crash that dangled over the side of this bridge. Stay with us.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
The Village at Manor Park is a continued care retirement community that offers dozens of independent living floor plans. Plus, there are various levels of care if your needs are to change. At Manor Park, you'll find peace of mind and great amenities that will improve your quality of life. Yard care, trash pickup, and food service are just a few. Plus, Village South is complete. Live in a new home across from our community center. Manor Park. Live well and love where you live.
Locals know the best way to control expensive water costs is to install their own water well. Since 1981, the JR's Water Well Service Team has been serving the Permian Basin, providing bids and same-day service calls you can trust for residential and commercial water wells. Our customers describe us as outstanding and professional, with a quick response time and expert knowledge. Trust the JR sticker seen all over West Texas. Call today for quick bids, same-day service, and to receive the Big 2 10% off anything offer.
Do you have back pain in the morning? I understand. After having scoliosis surgery myself, I searched everywhere for the right mattress. You know, pain will make you do that. So let's try to fix that for you with the new Anniversary Heirloom mattress. The patented Heirloom Lift with pocketed flex coil is made to lift your body and all your pain points. The Anniversary Heirloom mattress, made in the USA and only found exclusively in Bob Mills Sleep Spa. Let's get you out of pain.
Bob Mills Sleep Spa.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Not everyone can say that, but we can. Made in America. Real steel. Find yours.
Watch Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Beck from West Tex on Good Morning Basin. We're your weather authority. We warn you first.
Well, friends, let's get into some weather fun. Today, not too bad when it came to temperatures, but not so great either. Only because we came in 8 degrees cooler than normal. Today, West Texans were definitely able to enjoy 51-degree temperatures, but around this time in January, West Texans are used to 59-degree temperatures. So that's where we fall 8 degrees short of today's temperatures. But this same time around 1943, West Texans were enjoying 82-degree temperatures. So definitely not too bad whatsoever. However, on the bright side, our lows did come in pretty warm today. 39 degrees for our lows. Usually around this time in January, we're definitely used to 33-degree temperatures, so 6 degrees warmer than normal. At least we weren't as cold as how we were back in 1966. We were sitting at only 7 degrees. So we will take what we can get for the basin. Actually, speaking of the basin, taking a look at everyone else's high temperatures. For the most part, the entire basin sat in their 50s. Mostly Midland, Odessa, 51 degrees. Big Spring, 53 degrees. Seminole, 55. But our friends at Presidio, where it's always nice and warm, managed to get all the way up to 58 degrees. But there were some areas that, kind of sort of did fall short of that, such as the Guadalupe Pass sitting at only 41-degree temperatures. For the most part, today was pretty warm compared to what we did see this same time yesterday. And actually going into that temperature change, Midland and Odessa, 1 degree cooler than normal. Same with Seminole, Big Spring, 3 degrees cooler. However, when I was talking about everything being, warmer, I'm talking about Presidio, sitting at 5 degrees warmer than the same time yesterday. Marfa, 7 degrees warmer. So some areas pretty warm for the basin around this time in the evening. As we continue on with our evening, unfortunately, because of clouds, we won't take a look at the stars, but we will have a nice and warm 32 degrees, which is better than what we did see a couple days ago when we were sitting in our teens. So definitely not too bad whatsoever. If you want to try to take a look at the stars, do be sure to have a blanket because it is going to be chilly. We do see a lot of blue on our our hour-by-hour map because it is in the evening. Temperatures are pretty cool. We're going to see that blue lift on up by the time we get into Monday afternoon. We'll be sitting at 58 degrees for Midland and Odessa, 55 for Big Spring. So around noon, pretty much everyone will be seeing their upper 50s to lower 60s, such as Presidio sitting at 60 degrees. But then we get into our evening around 7 p.m., and that's when some of those temperatures begin to drop throughout the entire basin. Taking a look at that day planner, though, it's going to be pretty nice with that, with some blues and some greens on our maps. Taking a look at that day planner, 31 degrees. We're going to wake that up at 8 a.m., and then we're going to get to 64 by 4 p.m., so definitely not too bad whatsoever. Our 7-day forecast is going to show that we will have some kind of snow action, just a little bit of that come Wednesday. Only a 30% chance of some snow flurries. Definitely not too bad whatsoever. And the same time next week, we're actually going to be sitting at the same temperatures at 64 degrees for Saturday, 65 for Sunday. Rob and Stephania, some snow flurries on Wednesday.
I'm pretty excited for that snow. I mean, I don't really see much snow back home. Do you?
No, not at all. And this is our winter. I'm not complaining. So thank you, Bridget, for all that. All right. Across Texas tonight, new video shows the moment a police officer jumps into action to save a woman from a burning car. This happened last week after a car crash in San Antonio. That officer, along with the help of 2 other officers, were able to drag the woman out just in time. Thankfully, the driver and that passenger only had minor injuries. And now to a car crash near Cleveland of an out-of-control SUV that dangled over the side of a bridge.
Newly released body cam footage took us to the scene through the eyes of the officers who got the call. Ed Gallick has the story.
See it through the eyes of the first officers getting to the scene. An SUV crashed, and look, it came so close to going over a bridge down onto the inner belt.
Sir, can you hear me? I was just hanging left there. He was coming at a high rate of speed.
Cleveland police body camera video just released to the I-Team. It reveals the untold story behind what happened here. December, East 22nd, we showed you a violent, deadly crash. Cameras captured a driver going the wrong way, flying out of control and crashing. The vehicle didn't stop until it almost went over the bridge.
Northbound on the opposite side at a high rate of speed. He jumped the median, and when he jumped the median, he lost control. He came off of the freeway right there. He got off the freeway here. Doing 90 easily, in my own opinion.
The driver died, and now, more than a month after the crash, still not clear exactly why that driver went the wrong way, then lost control. Cleveland police said at the time they suspected drugs or alcohol may have played a role, but the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office still has the case under investigation.
We have a really bad car crash right by East 22 and Cedar.
Witnesses had trouble making sense of what they had just watched. Rescue crews couldn't save the driver, but they took the SUV off that fence before it could fall down to the highway, making sure no one else got hurt. And the new video again gives us a new look at how that SUV nearly went all the way over the bridge.
And this thing just popped right here.
Avi Carr-gloth with us for sports. Avi, the NFL playoffs have been a wild ride.
Yeah, a wild ride. I don't think any football fans want off this ride. Yesterday, both of these playoff games, they were decided by a last-second field goal. Both road teams yesterday, the Bengals and the 49ers, they advanced to their conference championship games. So today's games, they had a high bar to reach, but as usual, the NFL playoffs met that entertainment factor and then some. So to the NFC, the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the LA Rams. Rams up 7 in the second quarter. Matthew Stafford, a wide open Cooper Kupp all the way for a 70-yard touchdown. You'd think they'd want to cover the guy who set all kinds of receiving records. Levante David on Tampa Bay getting a penalty for throwing his helmet. Rams leading 20-3 at halftime. Third quarter, they would keep piling on as Matthew Stafford sneaks in for the 1-yard score. Rams up 27-3. Third quarter, it's 27-6 now. Leonard Fournette, a.k.a. Playoff Lenny, a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Bucks down 27-13. As we head to late in the fourth quarter, still the same score, but Tom Brady, you know what he does. He finds his main man, Mike Evans, one-on-one against Jalen Ramsey, 55 yards. And wait a minute, we got a ball game, 27-20. The very ensuing drive, Rams trying to put this away. Cam Akers gets the handoff, but Ndamukong Suh punches that ball out. David recovers it. Bucks take over with 2 minutes left. There is daylight for Tom Brady, and with 42 seconds left on 4th and 1, Fournette to the end zone, a 9-yard score, and just like that, we are tied at 27. But the ensuing drive, Stafford looking, got Kupp again. That's a gain of 20 yards. Next play, Stafford goes deep to Kupp again. 44 yards, 2 clutch catches from Kupp. He had 9 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown. 4 seconds left after Stafford spikes the ball. Matt Gay, a 30-yard field goal at the buzzer. Rams win by 3. They're going to the NFC Championship game to face the 49ers. And then on the other side of the AFC, this was a doozy. Let's just drop you right into the next quarter right here. As a big play down low, a nice throw to Gabriel Davis. Josh Allen finds his man. Davis had a heck of a game on this one. Allen keeping the good times flowing late in the third. And then on a 4th and 13, Allen steps up and throws to Davis again. The season on the line. Huge play there as they get this game going. They tie the game, or rather they take the lead. At this point, Davis is able to make the catch. Bills lead by 3 after tacking on the 2-point conversion, but the ensuing drive, Mahomes to Tyreek Hill over the middle, turns on the Jets. He'll throw up the deuces and he'll score from 64 yards out. Chiefs up 33-29. The Bills, they have a little bit of time. They got the ball back with just over a minute to go. Bills looking to answer. 17 seconds left. Allen again. That's Davis. 19 yards for the touchdown. The 4th score of the game for Gabriel Davis. Bills up 36-33, but they left 13 seconds on the clock. Too much time for Mahomes. They get the ball down the field, and with 3 seconds left, Harrison Butker, yes, that's him, a 49-yard kick, and the Chiefs force overtime. And then on the very first possession of overtime, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Hall of Fame duo, corner of the end zone. Chiefs win. They're going to host the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Woo! What a ride this one was. And Rob, your 49ers, they got a big game a week from today against those LA Rams, and that should be a fun one as well as the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Avi, I'm glad it was the Rams, not the Bucks. But, you know, as for tonight with the Bills and the Chiefs, we love a good nail-biter in the newsroom, and we stay busy watching that go back and forth.
Yep.
So, thank you, Avi.
Coming up tonight, taking a vacation on our minds of a lot of people. But travel experts say there's things that you need to know about cancellations and COVID-19. As we head to break, a reminder that if you see these happening, share your videos and photos on social media with us.
Make sure you use the hashtag ABC Big 2 News, and if you haven't done it yet, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We are ABC Big 2 News. Stay with us.
Final days of the epic sellout at Furniture Row. That means epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, 4 years no interest. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row. A fresh start begins with fresh choices, like choosing to save more with Suddenlink. Get reliable, high-speed, 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month. With it, you'll get a $200 Visa prepaid card, HBO Max included on us for 1 year, and a free Suddenlink stream with your favorite shows and streaming apps all in one device. Choose to start fresh by saving more on our fastest speed. Plus, as part of optimum flexibility from Suddenlink, there are no contracts or hidden fees. And unlock even more value when you combine with Optimum Mobile. Visit suddenlink.com today.
Honey, what was your favorite part of the weekend?
Wow! When can we come back?
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
Aleve X. It's fast, powerful, long-lasting relief with a revolutionary roller ball design. Because with the right pain reliever, life opens up. Aleve it and see what's possible.
It's the final days of the Epic Sell-Off at Furniture Row. That means epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, 4 years no interest. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row.
It sounds like you like freedom. Why does it make some noise if you love freedom?
Thousands of protesters from across the country descended on the nation's capital today. It was all part of a rally against vaccine mandates. Demonstrators gathered at the mall. Many were unmasked. Organizers say they are gathering together for the preservation of personal sovereignty and to stop medical coercion and mandates. Now travel experts say Americans are itching to take vacations this year, all despite the unknowns created by the COVID-19 pandemic. But it's hard to know whether now is the right time to finally book a vacation. And if you're ready to start mapping out that trip, you can find some great deals.
And you can still protect yourself in case things do not go according to plan. ABC Rena Roy has more.
People are ready to vacation like they did pre-pandemic. According to a recent survey conducted for TripAdvisor in partnership with Ipsos Mori, more than 3/4 of Americans say they are likely to travel in 2022, whether it's for leisure, to visit family or friends, or for business. Of the Americans who are not planning to travel this year, 1/3 say it's because of potential travel restrictions. But Clint Henderson, senior news editor at The Points Guy, says there's good reason to book now, even amid the uncertainty.
There's a lot of deals to be had out there. So I actually recommend that people really go hunting now for vacations.
Henderson says if circumstances change, there are ways to protect your wallet. One is to try to avoid booking through third-party websites and online travel agents.
Booking directly with the airline or hotel is a smart strategy because you're not dealing with an extra layer of bureaucracy in case something goes sideways.
Select fully refundable fares and accommodations.
It'll cost you a few extra dollars to book that way, but it's probably worth the peace of mind.
Book with miles or points if you have them.
You're much more likely to be able to cancel those flights or that hotel and get the points and miles back rather than getting cash back.
And read the fine print if you're looking to purchase travel insurance.
We don't generally recommend that people buy travel insurance because, frankly, most insurance companies don't cover COVID-related cancellations. There are insurances that will cover everything. The problem with those is that they're very, very expensive.
In the end, Henderson says as long as you can get credits, miles, or a refund back, go for it and book that getaway now. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Up next, he's a Kansas City Chiefs super fan, and tonight he's on a bizarre mission to get up close and personal about his latest goal. We'll be right back.
See Big 2 Sports, brought to you by Glasheen Valles and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
COVID is surging. Hospitals are full. People are really sick. Get tested. Get vaccinated. Get boosted. Please help our healthcare workers. VaccineNM.org.
Has anyone ever taken a rose back before?
Clay.
She is not here for Clayton.
Don't.
I have a rose.
Play.
What's he gonna do?
The Bachelor. New Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
The Vineyard, Midland's premier master-planned community, impeccable high-end luxury with resort-style amenities. These Silverleaf homes are located close to Green Tree Country Club and are walking distance to Faskin Elementary. Contact Alexa to schedule your private showing.
What does it mean to be part of Cowboys Nation? At Reliant, it means powering the home of the Dallas Cowboys and the homes of Cowboys fans across Texas. We all miss the electric atmosphere, so this year, Reliant is harnessing the energy of the Cowboys to power game days from tailgate to touchdown. Together, we make a powerful team, today and for generations to come. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
COVID is surging. Hospitals are full. People are really sick. Get tested. Get vaccinated. Get boosted. Please help our healthcare workers. VaccineNM.org.
Best fans in NFL! Let's go!
Near at 10, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes had quite a game tonight against the Bills. And one man, Will Morin, might be Mahomes' biggest fan. In fact, he's a die-hard fan. He goes for every Chiefs game without his shirt on. That's because he's covered in tattoos, like this one, with Mahomes' face. Now, he wants Mahomes to sign his chest and to get that tattooed.
Get Mahomes to sign it, Patrick Mahomes, and then get it tattooed right over it. If I want to be the biggest fan there is, or one of the biggest fans there is in the world, I feel like I have to put in the work. I got to put in actions. I got to do the crazy stuff.
Morin's friends say he is the life of the party.
Near side, Janssen Fialbi, sub-goal line feed, he gets it back, right circle, pulls the trigger, and scores! Sweet Huntley makes
What a sight and what a score. Fans of the Hershey Bears hockey team let those stuffed animals fly. More than 52,000 stuffed animals were collected Saturday night. Each animal is donated across 25 organizations and charities in the Hershey, Pennsylvania community. Of course, staff were standing by with garbage cans to pick up all those toys. And what I want to know, Stephanie, is how did they count 52,000 teddy bears?
Honestly, I think that is a great cause, and honestly, I think the same thing too.
Yeah, well, great cause and quite the sight. Well, coming up after the break, Bridget, we'll have one last look at the forecast.
Stay tuned.
I just had a friend direct message me and say, how can you work in media? It's so negative. There's so much bad news. And I messaged her back and said, there's always more good news than bad. And I think that at News Nation, we have the opportunity to show more positivity.
As a veteran, I cannot hear the national anthem and not get it.
That's not a bias. That's being American. When you have something like Morning in America to wake up to, you can guarantee that you're not only going to leave more informed, but you're going to leave more inspired.
Weekday mornings on News Nation.
Join us at Johnny Carinos for our 5 for $15 top sirloin steak and shrimp scampi meal deal. Enjoy our Italian nachos appetizer, juicy char-grilled top sirloin steak, savory shrimp scampi, sautéed in a white wine lemon butter sauce, your choice of pasta, a refreshing beverage, and our fresh baked bread for only $15.
Famous Dave's Barbecue, now open for to-go. Enjoy a $5 brisket sandwich piled high with smoky Texas beef brisket. Order now at famousdaves.com.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide our skin, not us.
Because Dupixent targets a root cause of eczema, it helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of it. And for kids ages 6 and up, that means clearer skin and noticeably less itch.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By helping to control eczema with Dupixent, you can change how their skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can show more with less eczema. Talk to your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Well, friends, let's take one last look at that 7-day forecast. Today, we're starting off really nice with temperatures, sitting just 8 degrees cooler than normal. But tomorrow, we will have a nice and dry 64-degree temperatures. Beginning of Monday, we're going to start it off at 32 degrees, so not bad whatsoever. Wednesday, though, we do have a 30% chance of some wintry mix of some snow and some rain. So do be sure to take necessary precautions for that. But after that, the sun's going to be out, Rob and Stephanie.
I'm absolutely looking forward to it. My skin's turning all dry like a reptile. So.
Oh yeah, and I could say my lips too. But the good side is that I see some sun coming up. That's on the bright side.
Yes, moisturize, you guys.
Exactly.
Well, that's all the time we have for news tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you next weekend.